they look at her and they are thinking, man, I wish I were you. And that is the magic of the horses. That is something that they bring to each and every single one of our students. Our founder, like our students today, was born with a disability. She has a degenerative neuromuscular disease. And not every day, at all times in her day, do people look at her and think, oh, I wish I were you. But when she's on the back of a horse, I guarantee you they do. I want to welcome you for being here. It's a great celebration. We're delighted you're here with us. While you're here, I want to remind you to be sure to keep tabs on your auction items. If you get outbid, please play the game, bid again. And we also have a great raffle for you, our Fat Stack raffle. Ray, where's my Fat Stack raffle video? It's kind of quiet behind the curtain. We have a wonderful raffle, a $50 ticket is a chance to win $1,000. There it is. And $2 bills, if you're wondering, there's $2 bills have a long history in my family. Ray is a balloonist, and when he goes to events, registration fees are always returned to the pilots in $2 bills. So we have quite a collection of them. And Ray loves giving them to the grandkids as rewards for good grades. They like to save them and collect them. So who knows? Maybe tonight's lucky winner will want to hang on to their tickets or their Fat Stack and save it as well. But be sure to get your chance to win. And enjoy your dinner. I would like to invite the very lovely Sasha Graham to the stage. So Sasha has been helping us. She's been our event chair for Starry Knights for many, many years. She came to us in 2012 and has been just a beautiful gift to this program. When she's not busy writing children's books, she's working on her new podcast. So if you're not familiar with what activities she's got going, please wave her down and chat with her about it. It's wonderful. So if you could join me in welcoming Sasha Graham.
Starry Knights 2022 in person. We are so happy to have everybody here tonight. So as you saw from the pictures, I did get involved with Camelot for the first time a long time ago. My youngest child, Odessa, was 1 at the time. She's now in middle school. She's in middle school dance tonight, as a matter of fact. Our oldest, this is my husband, Alan, over here. It's an appropriate response for you, Alan. Our oldest is now 17 and looking at colleges. And our second son, who was about 4 when I first got involved with Camelot, is sitting right back there because he's helping Ray out tonight with the presentation. So one of the things that's very funny about our kids getting older that my husband and I have noticed is that we are suddenly in this weird state where we're trying to download all of this information, like our breadth of wisdom that we've acquired over all these years. We're trying to feed it into our kids at this furious pace because we realize that there's this sort of deadline, right? They're going to be leaving the house. But because our oldest right now is a teenager, as is Indy, even when he's standing right in front of me, the amount of attention that I'm getting is 55%, on a really good day. So I've started prioritizing. So I'm actually thinking to myself, okay, I don't need to actually explain to him how compounding interest works, as long as he knows to contribute to his Roth IRA if he's working. And then, I'll be doing a project and think to myself, okay, plumber's tape. He needs to, no, we can wait on that. He doesn't have an apartment yet. So as I've had this experience, I've suddenly realized that all of this fretting that we're doing over teaching our kids all these things, it's not really about that, right? He's not moving somewhere where he's not gonna have the internet, right? He can YouTube how to make a lasagna if he needs to. So I started thinking about what am I really worried about here? And I realized that there is something that we want to teach our kids. And it's really important, but it's way harder, which is that we want to teach our kids how to be happy. So then you start thinking, well, what makes people happy? What makes me happy? And it's the little things, right? You start thinking about it and you're like, the big trips and the grand gestures are wonderful, but it's the day-to-day. It's the laughter and the community. It's animals, being outside, exercise. All of these things are the things that make a life. So when I'm watching these photos of Camelot and talking to people, talking to students, talking to families, it's very, very clear that Camelot has an abundance of joy and laughter and happiness. It is the relationships between the students and the volunteers and the staff. It is the horses. It's the way that people take such great care of each other there. So speaking of happy, I have Hannah and Mary here in our first ever live stream. How are you two doing?
We're doing great. Great. Hello, world.
It's echoing. Hello.
Echo Ray. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. By the way, I love this setup that Ray is our Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
He really is back there.
He's always been behind that proverbial curtain, but tonight he actually is. So tell me, the lesson season has just kicked off. Tell me how things are going.
Do you want to talk first?
Silence. I'll go first. Age before beauty.
Aw,
The lesson season's going fantastic. We've got a few new riders, and we have some seasoned students, and it's really fun seeing the new students coming in and the students that have been with us for a while, mentoring and showing them the ropes or leading and when we're riding patterns in the arena, maybe they're the lead horse. And so I think it's going great. What do you think?
I would agree. This lesson season, I feel like we've really started off with a bang. We went from summertime, exercising the horses, caring for the animals, touching base with everyone, to all of a sudden we just hit the ground running. We've been in saddle almost every single lesson, in saddle or in cart, and yeah, it's going great.
You mentioned the cart. And not everybody here necessarily knows about that, and I know that it's a really big deal that Camelot is able to offer that now, so can you tell us just a little bit about that?
I sure can. So there are two, trying to get my face in the middle and be able to be
I see
heard.
myself on the screen.
It's like Disneyland.
There I am.
So we actually have at Camelot, there are only 100 individuals in the world who are PATH, that's the Professional Association of Therapeutic Horsemanship, trained to teach therapeutic carriage driving. So the horse is pulling the cart or the wagon and the student is driving. They have their hands on the lines. Only 100 people in the world are certified to teach that, and 2 of them are in this room.
Yes. And we are the only PATH accredited center that offers driving in the state of Arizona.
And can you explain why it's an important component of the program, why driving a cart is?
So many of our students come to us and perhaps they've had riding experience before, or they'd like to ride a horse. And one of the requirements for being a student is that they have to be able to sit astride the horse and follow the motion. We don't hold them on, we don't seat belt them on. However, we do have students that come to us that really want to interact with the horses, and they physically cannot follow the motion or cannot get their legs over the horse's back. So this opens up the same opportunity. They get to experience the same physical benefits as riding a horse while being in the carriage driving the horse.
And if you've ever looked at a harness and tried to make sense of all of these pieces of leather that just look like a bunch of spaghetti, our students are going to learn the parts of the harness. They learn where to hitch their horses, and that's way more complicated than throwing a saddle on. So it's an amazing process.
It's another element of accessibility.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I understand that the 2 of you have prepared something pretty special for us, which is that we know that many of you only know maybe a handful of students at Camelot, and so Mary and Hannah have prepared just a little something about each student who is on the roster this season. There are 22 of them, and Ray, whenever you want to put up that first photo, we will kick it off.
So when students that are in the program, I always talk about our students having 3 things in common: a love of horses, a desire for an education, a horsemanship education, and they have a physical disability. And this idea came about that Sasha had. It's like, well, we know what they have in common, but what's unique about each of our riders? And so we have a few words. Okay. What comes to mind when you think of Katie?
So this is Katie, and immediately sparkle, glitter, pageants.
Bedazzle. She'd bedazzle you if you sat still
Miss
long enough.
Wheelchair Arizona.
Yes.
She is something.
And what about Dusty?
Dusty, she has got the greatest sense of humor. And you've really got to be listening, because she's kind of sneaky how she delivers it. So she's dry wit, fun sense of humor.
She's very generous, and she was here greeting all of you as you came in today. She was next to the door saying hello to you.
She and Alicia were our greeters.
So great.
Awesome. And next up is Haley.
Haley, oh my gosh.
The reliable, consistent, our very best attendance. She has been a student for many years and never misses a class.
No.
And
I mean, I think she seriously has perfect attendance.
That's
and
amazing.
she's been with us maybe six years, 7 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
It is something about Camelot. The volunteers come back year after year after year, and the students are very, very excited for their lessons each week. Next up is Susan.
Susan is a new student, so we haven't gotten a chance to know her very well yet. She's actually been to the ranch once. And when you meet Susan, for me, what I think really stood out is she has got a beautiful smile.
She does. She really does. She was just all smiles the entire time she was out, and she's very eager to learn, happy to be around the horses, happy to meet every single person, every volunteer.
Real excited to just be in a space that is really healing. People that haven't yet been to the ranch haven't maybe felt that healing sense that our ranch has. So that's what she wants to be a part of.
Yep.
We are going to talk about John next, but I just heard that maybe we're having trouble hearing in the back. Are you having trouble hearing Mary and Hannah, or me, or both?
Mary and Hannah, no. We got to be louder. Can you hear me now?
Is that better?
We got to get close.
We'll get really close together for you.
Which is amusing in and of itself, so thank you for that. Okay, so we have John up next, and John is here tonight.
Yay.
He probably has the big grin that you see on his face in this photo.
He does. I can see him from here. He is smiling just as wide as he does when he is on Barbara's back.
And John is artistic. He is an accomplished photographer, and very, very interesting life, he and his wife Louise. So.
And next up is Jazz.
Jazz is so sweet. He, I mean, you know, people always like, oh, you're so sweet. You know, Hannah, you're so sweet. Mary, you're so nice. I'm telling you, Jazz is sweet to the bottom of his soul.
For his Christmas gift to us, he sung Silent Night, and we all broke down in tears. It was very sweet.
It was beautiful.
And how about Phil?
Phil. Phil was supposed to be here tonight, so I'm bummed he's not hearing us, but we're going to tell you the truth. He's our class clown.
Yeah, he is. He's a jokester. He's just all the time silly.
Yep.
And Margaret?
When she moves around the horses, she sings to them. Whoa, whoa. So she's our sing-song student.
Definitely.
And Win?
Motivated. You can see the smile on her face. She is very motivated, working hard at Camelot and outside of Camelot, working on some physical goals. So, yeah, very motivated.
And
Sydney, I think we've known. Oh,
that was Leslie.
That was Leslie. Ray, can you, I don't know if you can back up. We missed.
There she is.
There she is. So here, Sydney is pictured, and Krista, one of our volunteers, and instructor in training, PATH instructor in training. She's been a teacher of able-bodied students for many years. She's working with Sydney this year, and Sydney, I mean, literally has grown up with us. We knew her as a child. I'm just incredibly proud of her.
Sydney, when I think of Sydney, I think of eye rolling, and in a joking way. And yeah, she's tall now.
Taller than me.
Yeah, well, obviously taller than me.
You know, this brings up a good point that I would love to hit on, which is that how long do students stay in the program?
We offer our lessons for a minimum of 2 years to every student, but if a student has great attendance, they're eager for ground lessons as they are to be in saddle, and they can't safely ride in a mainstream program, their lesson spot will remain theirs. I don't have a waiting list, so it allows me the opportunity to give our very motivated students the ranch as long as they want it.
So amazing. Tell me about Ben.
Ben, he is gung-ho, and he loves to know what's on the agenda. He really enjoys working with Leslie, who is pictured with him there with little Nutmeg and Rebecca.
Yep. When he arrives, before he even says hello, he goes straight to our, we've got a dry whiteboard where we have our rider's schedule and what the horses are on agenda, and he goes straight to the board and he wants to know what's happening.
And Leslie.
Leslie, she's the maker of all of our event decorations that you have seen tonight. She is amazing. She's just gracious, grateful, kind-hearted. She's wonderful.
I think the best thing about Leslie, so I ask the students when they're riding to give me a visual for their core. So when you think about your core behind your belly button, give me something visual so I can work with you, a different side of your brain. And, you know, what makes you suck in your stomach? And so for Leslie, it's being kicked in the stomach by her grandson.
Oh. She spends a lot of time with those grandkids. They should be nicer.
Yeah. And next up is Heidi.
Heidi is here tonight. She's around the corner there. Woo-hoo. And Heidi is bold, adventurous. There is nothing she won't try.
Mm-hmm. We had so many words for adventurous when we were coming up with our list, but Heidi loves the outdoors. She loves every sport. She is always active and eager to do more.
Yeah. All opportunities that this great community has for adaptive sports, she's going to be involved. And she's going to be smiling. And if she's riding, she just wants to trot. Mm-hmm. Amy.
Oh, she's so stylish. So Amy has vintage and cool hippie clothes that she sells, and that she's always got something on. Cool boots, cool pants.
Yep.
She's just cool.
Yep. She's kind of new on the rider schedule. She joined us last season, and she definitely gets the Best Dressed Award.
She is curious. She's spunky. She has had her hair every color you can think of. So super cute.
Yep, she's another one of our new students, so it was really fun. She's only been in saddle a few times, but to see her courage just grow by leaps and bounds, she's I think she's going to want to be trotting as much as Heidi here
I
pretty
think
soon.
so.
We lost Sasha.
I slipped behind the curtain. I'm trying to get rid of that echo for you. Hold on just a second. All right, let's try this. Okay, so now I want you to tell me about Lynn, who is also here tonight.
Okay. Lynn has gorgeous hair always, and she's our best smelling student. She always smells like wonderful perfume.
Agreed.
Just go ahead and take Cheryl.
Cheryl. So Cheryl is a Speedy Gonzalez. She is the fastest. Oh, I think I heard Lynn laugh at that. If you are the volunteer assigned to her, you better be quick on your feet because she is everywhere. Cheryl has been riding with us for many years, and she's hilarious, very social.
Very social. In fact, she participated in a program back in Chicago over the summer. And when she got to Camelot for her first lesson, she just looked at me and she goes, "It was terrible. It was just horrible. It wasn't Camelot. Nobody talked to me. And it just was not," she said, I just didn't have fun. They put me on a horse. I didn't get to brush it. I didn't get to help saddle it up. And they walked me in a circle and I left. It was awful. So.
No, she was supposed to.
Oh, okay. Next up is Marcia.
Marcia. Oh gosh, Marcia is the very best friend, and she gives us hilarious birthday cards.
If you've ever been the recipient of one of those really obnoxious dirty cards, that's where Marcia shops. She buys those too. They are hilarious.
Chelsea is here. Yay, Chelsea. Woohoo. So we will actually see her in our video in just a moment here, but she is we said, all the students are sweet, but Chelsea is really sweet, and horses just bring her total joy. You can see it in this picture here on Junior.
I don't think that she's ever not smiling when she's
True. Kelly is sociable. She's willing to go with the flow. She plays golf. She does all kinds of other activities, but she just really loves riding and loves this horse Frisco.
And she's just got the best posture. I mean, she's got the best posture.
She does have the best posture. The rod in her spine might help.
It helps quite a bit. I'm telling you, she sits up straight on that horse.
All the time. Amanda, oh gosh. Look at her sweet face. She is so chatty from the moment she gets out of her car to the moment that she walks back to her car. She is just chatting up a storm with us about all kinds of things, especially about rocks and gems.
I think rocks. I know she loves horses, but she loves rocks more.
Yes, definitely. And last but not least is Annabelle, who is also here. So another one of our spotlighted riders, and here she is pictured.
Yeah, I have to say, Ray helped us when we were kind of going over all of the students. So I don't know if you can tell in this photograph, but if you look closely, she has a very large Kool-Aid stained smile on her face. So she shows up on the day that our videographer Frank was coming, and Hannah said, "Well, you might want to go wash your face." And she quickly said, "Nope." And so she has, in the video, just this enormous Kool-Aid smile, and Ray said, yep, she drank the Kool-Aid.
But she is an animal lover through and through, and you will see in the video how special this horse is that she's leading.
She's going to be a doctor when she grows up.
Yep, Dr. Annabelle, animal vet.
Let's have a big round of applause for all of the Camelot students. Thanks for bearing with us for our audio sort of hiccups here. We will get there, and I am going to leave you now, but I'm going to leave you in Hannah and Mary's capable hands, and they are going to tell us about an extraordinary Camelot volunteer.
Yep. Okay, so unfortunately, this volunteer could not be here this evening because she had a knee surgery and is still recovering. We are so grateful and thankful to have her on our roster.
She was here. She came out on Thursday, and so I was, running through the barn, was looking for something, and she and her sidekick were on the gator, and I was like, "Oh, you're back!" Well, she had her legs sticking out off the side because she didn't want to bend her knee too much, and she's like, "Oh, but I'm being really careful. Right behind the wheel, there's like a little mud flap." She goes, "That's a safety flap for my foot." So she's motivated. She is very motivated. We're very grateful for Tammy.
Thank you, Tammy. I have this award for you when I see you next.
I think we're going to be rolling into our keynote videos. Sasha's given me the thumbs up. So without further ado, we do have an absolutely beautiful keynote presentation for you to enjoy. You'll learn more about Annabelle and Chelsea. And, it's something very special for Hannah and myself and the other instructors and volunteers to watch these keynote presentations, because we learn so much more about our students, their families. We see a side of them that we don't know as well as the ones that we see when they're out in the barn ready to get sweaty and ride a horse. So tonight's presentation is beautiful, and I hope you enjoy. Camelot continues to change lives. We are in our 39th lesson year, and since inception in 1983, hundreds of families have been impacted and empowered by the magic that is Camelot. We're the oldest therapeutic riding program in the Valley. We have operated debt-free, and we've never charged for our services. We're honoring a pledge made to our founder, Eileen Shahusky. She made a promise to her mentor, Joseph Rivers, that she would give the services away just as she had received them. We always say, changing the world one ride at a time. Our students, they're gaining in emotional strength, physical strength, and The joy, the freedom, the friendships that develop, all of these components come together and create an environment that is healing and soothing to the soul and spirit. And I think just makes Camelot absolutely magical for our families.
I'm Jilly Ressler, and I am a mom of 5 daughters. 5 daughters. Let me tell you how that happened. When I remarried, I already had 3 daughters, but the man I married was a bachelor. And out of that marriage, we literally have a honeymoon baby. So that was daughter number 4. And I was really liking that. I was really liking parenting with Steve, my husband, and what kind of dad he was, everything. And I got it into my head, now I want another child. And I became pregnant. And that daughter is Annabelle. And I found out really soon after that Annabelle was gonna have Down syndrome. My immediate reaction was I was worried about my husband, and his immediate reaction was worried about me. And we had Annabelle, and she was extra. That extra chromosome in every cell in her body made her extra. Some extra challenges, but tons of extra joy, tons. Things were going really well, but unfortunately, when she turned 2, we found out that she had AML leukemia. Now that was the news that rocked our world. At that time, I just couldn't even imagine my life without her. We just loved her so much. She was just a rock star. She ended up living in the hospital for 7.5 months, enduring rounds of chemotherapy. And our family learned extraordinary things through that. We had planted sunflowers, and it was always our joke that Annabelle would be discharged the day the sunflowers blossomed. That's exactly what happened. The sunflowers blossomed, and we were told Annabelle's treatment is done. She is free from cancer. And it was a pretty incredible time. So it was Annabelle that said she wanted to ride horses. And I had some exposure to Camelot, but I just didn't think any of my kids would be riding horses, and Camelot would be the right fit for them. But when Annabelle kept saying that she wanted this, I was like, aha! And I thought of Camelot. And the fact that the doors were open, that this was such a perfect fit for her, was just a beautiful surprise.
It's my thing to do. It's ride horses, and I love Camelot. My favorite horse is Knuckling, but I don't like that name. I like Spirit better because he looks kind of like Spirit, so I decided to name it Spirit. I got groom Spirit and get a pad on, the saddle. I like riding Spirit so much, and it's my favorite thing to do.
If you're looking for something that's making an impact on kids and adults' lives, I mean, this is it. I mean, this is something that is making a difference. They look at her with just clear eyes, and they see her strengths. And I just know that she's having a blast. The fact that she's welcomed in a place like Camelot, and that they meet her where she is at, that's really special.
I'm Kelly Lord, Chelsea's mom, and I'm here to tell you the story of Chelsea. Up until she was 18 months old, she was completely typical, just a happy baby, bouncy girl. And then one day she's sitting in her high chair, and she went to pick up her little sippy cup, and her little hand was just tremoring. She could barely get it to her mouth. And within about 24 hours, she lost all ability to do anything. She couldn't walk, she couldn't crawl, she couldn't figure out how to put one limb in front of the other just to get across the floor. She had some pressure building up in her brain, so they put her on a round of steroids, thinking, okay, she's got some sort of swelling, let's get this taken care of. And it did, it worked. Within 10 days, she was back to normal. The day before her second birthday, she and I were out in the front yard just playing ball, and she's toddling after this big old ball, and as she was coming towards me, I could see that she was starting to have a seizure. Her face just started tremoring, and threw all the kids in the Suburban, and off I went, driving her to the hospital, seizing in my arms as we got to the emergency room. And so really that was the beginning of the cycle of her neurological difficulties. So at this point now we know she has all these neurological symptoms. She has epilepsy, she has ataxia, she's having various seizures of different kinds. And of course this is all just traumatic for everybody, for the family and her brothers. And at one point one of her brothers said, "Mom, is Chelsea gonna die?" And of course, you just say, no, of course she's not. We can fix this, we'll get through this. And life went on. We stayed busy and we stayed happy. Camping trips and vacations, and we just did it. We just went, we just continued on. So then between ages like 6 and about really 20, she stayed really stable, like just nothing else happened. And she was thriving, and we thought, oh my gosh, whatever it was, it's gone. She's got some deficits, she's got some cognitive disabilities, but really she's fine. And we did so many great things. She was a torchbearer for the 2012 Winter Olympics, and she and I were able to she passed the torch to me, and we ran it down Scottsdale Road. She did a whitewater river rafting trip and was very independent, super outgoing, super friendly. Life was great. When she was 24, she said, "Mom, can you look at this on my back?" And I looked, and she had this strange mole on her shoulder, her right rear shoulder. And we thought, wow, okay, that's weird. So we took her to her primary care doctor. She looked at it and said, yeah, let's get that off of there. So we scheduled a biopsy. She removed it. And then about a week later, she called me and she said, you need to go straight to the dermatologist. It looks like this is melanoma. And so literally within 3 days, she was in surgery. She had the melanoma removed. They did a lymph node biopsy, and the cancer was positive in her lymph nodes. So she had stage 3 melanoma. And so then we began the round of chemotherapy. During this time, lasted about 10 months, we saw her just slipping away from us. After we got out of the rehab facility, the seizures started again, and it was seizure after seizure after seizure. We just didn't know what to do, and so then I was just looking online, and I found Camelot. When she was younger, she'd been in several horseback riding programs and had been riding very independently for months at a time. And I thought, I wonder if there's any way that they may be able to get her up on horseback again, because it was just a love that she had. So I went and talked to Mary at Camelot, and Mary said, you know what, I think Chelsea's perfect. She's ideal for our program. And so we went, and it was just such a blessing. And she was having many seizures, and at one point, Mary said, I don't think it's really safe for her to be on horseback, but this is a safe place for her. And that was just music to my ears. I was so excited. I just thought, oh my gosh, she can be here, and she can be around people, and she can be around horses, and she can be safe. Those were the sweetest words I think I'd ever heard, is this is a safe place. Chelsea is in a wheelchair full time, but Mary has a lift there at Camelot and is able to move her onto the horse's back, and she's able to ride, and it gives her such a sense of freedom. We're just so thankful for Camelot and the light that it has brought to our lives when we just thought, the despair was so heavy at times. So Mary, thank you, and we'll never ever be able to repay Camelot for the things that they've done for us and our family.
Your getting involved today is going to better your life tomorrow. We want to empower our students, and we need your help to do that. Changing lives one ride at a time, one lesson at a time. It can only be done with your help. By joining our roundtable, you can witness our students' growth and mastery of skills as they ride their horses and look to the future. They're going to see stronger health, greater independence. It's amazing to watch their relationships grow. The horses just change their lives dramatically. I want you to come to this ranch. I want you to experience the magic that is Camelot.
Please invite Roslyn and Rebecca. Rebecca and Roslyn, up to the front, please. Rebecca, I see you, but it looks like you're not hearing me. If you could come up, that would be great. So I would like to thank the Wrestler family and the Lohr family so very, very much for sharing their stories. And I would like to congratulate Annabelle and Chelsea. And I have Roslyn here to deliver Chelsea's award and Rebecca to deliver Annabelle's award. And congratulations to this year's Star students. To tell you that this is your very, very, very last chance to buy a raffle ticket. So if you have not gotten your raffle tickets yet, if somehow the team missed you, then go onto your phone right now and get your raffle ticket, because we're about to close it. And Mary, I'm going to invite you up over here.
The fat stack is somewhere. We last saw it with Christina, so I promise you we'll get it to you. I think, how much longer, Hannah, till our silent auction closes? We have 16 minutes till our silent auction is going to be closing. So if you've been placing bids or watching some special items, the time is now to get those final bids in. Are there any items that have no bids that we need to know about? Miss Sasha, do you know if there are any items with no bids that we need to know about? We have come on up, Miss Hannah. Climb on up here with me.
Okay, so we have the Sticks picture frame, oh, which is so cool. If anyone wants to buy that and give it to me, that would be great. Number 114. Amy Bonner, I saw you looking. That'd be great if you want to get that for me. The Zuni turquoise and silver necklace, number 150.
Oh, that looks really cool.
That's beautiful. The framed corkboard and 2 cork trivets, number 157, and number 212, the cutting horse and rider framed photograph. Mary, did you take that photo?
I did. I can't believe nobody's bidding on it. That's a photo that was taken when I lived in Park City, Utah.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a good one.
At the Oakley Rodeo.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, a couple of items. Maybe do if you're doing holiday shopping. Those would be perfect for that occasion. So, I'm going to take just a moment to thank our families that participated in our keynote presentation. And it's kind of hard to follow up those beautiful videos with a few words, but I kind of like to share that one of the things that we do at Camelot, and people don't always understand, but I encourage our volunteers that are working in the afternoons to not help our students when our students are working on something that they can do for themselves. They might be taking them longer to complete a task, or it might look like they are really, really struggling. But that might not actually be a struggle for that individual. So by doing something for them is really kind of taking away their independence and that opportunity. And that's one of the things that we strongly promote at Camelot is independence. We allow the time to do the tasks and to do the jobs, and we wait patiently. It also might be somebody doing a kind-hearted thing to assist someone where they actually place that individual in harm's way. Alicia was telling me just the other day that before she walks out the door, she has to look and make sure that somebody isn't behind her ready to lend a hand, because if they suddenly open that door, what they are going to cause is a potential fall. So, it's a hard thing for our volunteers to learn, is sometimes it's best just to wait and let that individual do that task on their own. It's one of the many reasons why parents, caregivers aren't invited out into the barn and arena to watch their students or their family member ride and participate. I've seen time and time again in the 20 years that I've been at Camelot that well-intended support and help is really taking a person's independence away. Sometimes families, spouses aren't really as all embracing of my no observing policy, but it allows our students that independence, and the barn is truly theirs when they are out riding. And I want to also say that that the love at Camelot is cumulative. Whether it's a $1,000 donation or whether I'm opening an envelope and someone has written a check for $5 and written a note expressing their appreciation for Camelot and what we've done for them, it's all cumulative. It's the sum of the whole, and that is one of the reasons we are here tonight. It all adds up, and it gives Camelot the opportunity to provide the safest equestrian programs to our community. And I often hear how grateful they are that we have Camelot serving a population that is often underserved. So once a week for an entire lesson season, our students get to come out, and during their time at Camelot, they're learning horsemanship. They're developing bonds with their horses. The horses are developing bonds with them. The volunteers, through their hard work and support, are all developing these beautiful relationships that I get to witness. I've witnessed for 20 years, and it's all cumulative. And it is not possible without the help and the generous support of our community, and each and every one of you in this room. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. But the night is not yet over. So at this time, I would like to welcome Gary Raymond to come. Oh, I've got a timeout. Something is happening.
Something is happening. Gary, you're off the hook for just a second.
Don't go far.
So I realized that I had a huge misstep, which was that I forgot to tell everybody that the bar is in this room over here. But I'm going to make up for it because I'm giving us a little break. For the first time in Starry Knights history, we are ahead of schedule. And so we are going to have a little break before our paddle raise and our sunset concert tickets for everybody to have your dessert, get a drink, chat with your table mates, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, intermission is over. Please find your seats.
I'm back. And I had a chance to eat some salad and some of the dessert. Wow. If you didn't get any dessert, you need to get some because it's awesome. So at this time, if I could have Gary Raymond please join me on the stage. So we've been very lucky to have Gary as our auctioneer for many years now, and he's a wild man. He can work this room. And this year, we actually don't have a live auction, but we do have 2 opportunities for giving. So I'm going to pass this to you.
Thank you very much.
It's hard to get their attention.
No, they'll come around. Yeah. Like I'll stand up here for about 2 minutes, and then after 2 minutes, those people that are still talking will have made bids that they didn't realize they were making. So just, keep that in mind if you start dozing off or talking to people. So as you've heard, there aren't any live auction items. I was prepared to auction off dinner with me. Yeah, I got 2 paddles raised in a room of 200 people. I was hoping for 3, but we got 2, so we'll go with that. So what we're going to start with is I always get it wrong, so it's a sunset concert out at the ranch. It's going to be on March the 25th from 6 until 9. Chantel Reed is going to be doing all of the music, and it's a really cool. I've been on them, and I guess I'm going back again this year, right? Because yeah, you do that. There you go.
Real quick. So in 2019, we sold tickets to the Sunset concert, and a little issue with groups gathering, and we had to postpone the concert. So we have a list up on the board. These are our supporters that purchased tickets back in 2019. They are being, we're honoring those tickets from that event. And we have 10 more seats at the blazing bonfire available. So if you have tickets already, you can still invite your friends. So don't let that prevent you from raising that paddle.
Wow. There's like 24. If it'll help, I'll be there.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Ray, who's behind
We're going to be there. Oh,
we're going to be there.
Wait. Ray's coming?
Yeah,
Oh,
Ray will be there.
yeah. Thank you. So we have 1 ticket right here, $2.59. Are you bringing him with you? Yeah. So that's 2 tickets. There we go. So I only have 8 more to do. Thank you. So we've got 2 tickets right here. Anybody else out there want to go and get their hands up there and enjoy this great event? What about over here? You know, when they put you back here, it wasn't because you were the cheap seats or anything like that. We still want you at the event. So anybody back here like some tickets to the concert on March the 26th? Come on, has everybody forgotten why they're here? You know, you could even buy one of the tickets, okay? Like, just hear me out on this one. And there we go. We got 2 here, 2. Okay, 2 at 286, 286 right here. But don't feel obliged, right? You can buy a ticket for this to support the event, and you don't even have to show up.
But you'll want to.
But you're gonna be sorry when everybody starts talking about what happened at the concert. Okay, so I've got 4, and I have 6 more. Is that 2? Just 1? Oh, maybe. Hey, I might have a date here.
So did you get
309, 1 ticket. So now we're down to 5. See how this works? Then what should happen is they should be more valuable as we start to run out of them, but I'm not going to do that today because I'm having trouble getting money out of you as it is. Okay, so we have 5. We have 5 more to go, and we're looking for some more guests who would like to come on out to Sunset Concert. Sunset Concert on March the 25th. Okay, so who else is in? Don't make me come off of this stage and start working the tables. Okay, ladies, look at your husbands. Tell your husbands we have done like nothing for 3 years. So, I mean, to go to this as a breakout event, coming out of 3 years of nothing, what a great opportunity that is. Okay, I'm going to go down. I'm coming down. Okay, come on. Who at this table is coming? Come on, you look like you'd be a lot of fun. 2 here. 2, we got 2. We're down to 3. Okay. I might not get to the back tables here, but I have 3 left. 3 left. What's that? For you, special deal. They're $250 each. No? Okay. 200, I'll cover the 50. Okay. Yeah. Okay, she's in for 1. What's your paddle number? 274 is coming. And I'm in for 200 of the 250. These things never work well for me. Okay, here's a pretty looking table. Oh, you 2 should be there. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah. You 2 should be there. You really should. That's all you have to do is get in, put his paddle up, and you're there. Oh, he's twitching. There we go. Okay. Thank you. 2 tickets right here. 202. So I think what am I down to? Does anybody know what the count is? No, I think I got to have 1, don't I? Or no, maybe not. Oh. Okay, congratulations everybody. What's that? Can I get 1 more? Sure. I found a date. You found it? Gee, thanks, Leslie. Yeah, when she heard I was going to... Yeah, did you catch that? After that little thing about, we were both going to be there, she immediately went off, circled the room, and she found it, and she found a date. She went to the grand. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's 11. We're okay with 11? Okay. Okay, we're 11 along with all the people that were on that list. Okay, so this is my favorite part of every auction. This is where I ask you to give money to the cause, and you get nothing. Except you walk away from here feeling really, really, really good about yourselves. So this is an opportunity not to help the cause, but to help yourself feel good. Okay, so that's what this is all about. So what we're doing is we're trying to raise some money so that we can put new doors in. Yeah, the whole place needs new doors, and we need how much money?
We need, I know we need 11 single doors and 2 sets of sliding glass doors, and $8,500 is our goal.
Wow. Incidentally, I'm a developer, and I can't buy those doors for that price. That's good. That's good.
Have you seen the doors? They're not fancy.
They're not fancy.
But they
Yeah.
do allow access to our students into the building, and currently, many of the door handles, the door knobs, you have to turn them upright. You have to do them backwards because the doorknobs are breaking, and the sliding glass doors don't really slide.
They're not sliding glass doors anymore. They're now fixed picture frames. Is what they've all become. So literally what I'm going to do is ask you to raise your paddle, and I'm going to start looking for people who are prepared to donate $1,000, and then I'll start to work it down so that everybody gets a little chance here to be able to help out the cause and everything tonight. So I'm looking for donors who would like to donate $1,000 to the to this cause of getting all of these doors done. So I'm looking for, and just so you know, I actually have a matching bid at $1,000 from Chris Hemsley. Yeah, has
He's offered a match.
But he said, Gary, don't go cheap on me. Like, don't like get 20 people, putting up $100 each. I need a donor at $1,000 right now, and we have a $1,000 match, which takes us to $2,000 right off the bat. Wonderful, beautiful, yeah. 241, $1,000, and 234, $1,000, and we have the $1,000 match, so we're now at $3,000, and we've only just started. So do we have any other kind souls out there that would like to donate $1,000 to help keep this moving? So I'm looking for any other offers of $1,000 from any of you out there, looking for $1,000 to go towards all of these great doors. So $1,000? Okay, so let's go to $500. See, it gets so much more interesting, doesn't it? So
we got 231.
Oh, 231. Were you at the $8,000 or were you at the $1,000? You were 500? What was your number again? Thank you. 231. And we have 309.
$500.
Yep. The Leslie up front here who stood me up before we even left the room. Yep. $500 right there. Somebody has to keep track of the dollars because I never can. So we're looking for yeah. Okay. So we're looking for more $500 bids. Now, in addition to all of that, I'm going to be right back over here because we have a matching donor that you're going to be part of here in a second, who has donated $2,500. Okay. And that's from
Robin and Andy Ehrlich.
Robin and Andy Ehrlich. They said the same thing to me. They said, Gary, it has to be $500 donations or we're out of here. So we're looking for $500 donations. We have 5 of them. We end up with $5,000. You see how that works? It's kind of cool, actually. And we have our first one right over here. 269 is in for the first 500. I need 4 more $500 donations. Oh no, you were already in. So that's we got 1,000 now. We have 3. Oh no, the early ones were just in. Stick with me on this. We're trying to make money for the charity. Yeah.
How do I do this?
Okay, so we've got 2, and we need 3 more. So I need 3 more $500 donations, and then we get that $2,500. So who's in for 500? Who's in for 500? Somebody out here is in for 500. 500? Okay, if you're going to be that way about it, do I have to go back out into the crowd? I'm not going to do that, though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the missing $1,500 personally. So there's the match, you see? You see, you could have had a real friendly, just. Okay, so we at this point we've got to be like over, right?
I think.
But we're just gonna keep going because, with the heat and the cost of energy and everything else, I really think we should get them double pane windows instead of those single pane windows that they've got out there. So I'm gonna keep moving this on so that everybody gets a chance to be part of this. And now I'm looking for $100 donations. Looking for $100. 292 283 267 219 278 273 288. Any more at 100? It's 229 228 216 251. This is so cool. 237. Working my way. 257. Whoa. How many paddles have you got over there? 252 is in. Okay, so any more back towards the back? Okay, we got a lot of $100 donations, which we absolutely love. So here, we're going to drop it down now to $50 so that the kids can bid. Okay, you two pretty little girls over there. You two pretty little girls over there. Pick up any one of those paddles and hold it up.
Annabelle would just be like,
Yeah, no. Dad got the paddles before they could get to them. Okay, $50 donations. I mean, everybody who hasn't donated up this point should just put their paddle up and we'll just knock out a whole bunch of 50s. So $50 donations, you have any? I got 224, 205. I have 275. I have 204. Don't tell me. 261. This is for, before I finish up here, I just got to say, 243, that it is unbelievably great to be here tonight. This is, as said, this is how I give back. I, typically do 8 or 10 auctions for groups, like this, and just love doing it. And this is my first one in, 3 years now. So it's just really heartwarming to be able to get back out and do it. But I will tell you, I did one over the internet. And you want to talk about a weird experience auctioning into your computer screen? And you have to wait for the bids to come in, right? Because they're being posted and everything else. So you got to try to, drag it on and everything else. And then you tell a joke. And it is deathly silent. This is so much more fun. So, okay, last time around the room, we're at $50. Any additional $50 donations before I again there we go, 219. Before I say thank you for being here tonight and allowing me to be up here. And congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
And again, thank you. Thank you very much. We came into this event with very generous sponsorship support. So, it's really exciting to hold a fundraiser and to actually be in the room with everyone again. I've missed seeing these smiling faces. It's not easy standing up in front of everyone with a microphone and you hear your voice muffled in your ears coming over through the speakers. But I tell you, I am just so very, very happy to have Camelot in our community. We are doing very well, but it is only possible because of the generosity of the community that supports us. So my heartfelt thanks. We kind of, the rumor mill has it that Starry Knights 2023 is going to take place at the Camelot Ranch. So I want to find a way to cover the sand in our arena so that we can have tables. I picture umbrellas with twinkle lights as our lighting out in the arena tables being pushed back, maybe a dance floor after the dinner. But to invite everyone out to see the beautiful ranch and to just celebrate our programs and have everyone out. So until 2023, we will have the spring event that will have everyone out, but I'm excited about Starry Nights 2023.
Two very quick things. One is that we have the room until 10 o'clock. The bar is outside. Please hang out, say hi to us. We are so happy that you were here, and we don't have the official numbers yet, but it is looking like it was a record-breaking night, so thank you all so very, very much.
Quack, quack. Quack, quack.